What's up everyone, this is BigPowner, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a really sweet Assassin's Mark ring for the ice shot build or any cold damage build. You could also change up, what I'm going for, but I got a pretty sweet way that I'm going to be making this ring. I'll explain to you how I've gotten it to where it's at right now, which is pretty simple, and I'm going to give you a couple different ways that you can get there. I just personally have I don't know. I think I still have like over 500 scouring orbs and like over 1,000 alchemies. So I literally just scour alked it till I got it to a nice place. When I got it to this place, but missing the assassin's mark, I just used remove non-crit, add crit, which gave me the second crit mod. So now at this point, I have two ideal things that I want. And you could get this a lot faster. You could take the base and then do crit with crit rolls more likely till you get the assassin's mark and the crit chance if those are the things that you're going for. If you're not going for it that way, it's going to be more expensive. So I'm kind of giving you the cheapest options. Of course, you can do, like slam crit on there, which is an option, but that's one of the most expensive and rarest. That's one of the reasons why it's so rare. It's so expensive is because it's so rare. So it's probably going to be one of the things that you're like not able to get as quickly. So that's why I'm kind of giving you the way that I'm doing it because I've crafted a lot of gear. So I'm out of those mods. So I'm doing it in ways that, I don't need those mods. Um, so crit, you can just take a base and roll crit chance with crit rolls more common. You could start with alterations, and you could just, use alterations till you hit the assassin's mark, and then you could do an upgrade to put a bunch of stuff on it. We have these like upgrade with extra stats. I thought I had some right here to show you guys. They are blue. Alright, right here like this, the upgrade magic item, adding 4 random modifiers. So you can do that to fill it up, then you have a lot of stuff to work with. But I'm going to kind of show you a cool way to finish this ring if you wind up in a situation like me where you've got your bottom set but you want to fix the top. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull up the PoE and I'm going to show you guys what it is that I actually want to do with this, and this is going to create an absolutely insane ring for this. Here we go, we'll do the display. So what it is that I want is I want this dual mod, freeze chance with cold damage, and then I also want this, which you're probably thinking, alright, well we're just going to do add remove cold a bunch of times and hope that we get lucky. We're not going to do that because I don't want to be stuck in this situation where I'm having to reroll a billion times when I don't have to. I'm going to be able to guarantee get both of these stats on here pretty easily. So what we're going to do first is we need to get rid of the other mods. So in my case, I have lightning modifiers. I have nothing else on there that's lightning, obviously, that I want to keep. So I'm going to go ahead and find myself somewhere where I can plop one of these down because my base is insanely full. Remove lightning. Okay, so we've removed the lightning. So now I have 2 slots open. I want to keep that max life. I'm not going to touch that. But we don't have to worry about that because I've got a way that we can do this, and we can guarantee the only other thing that we can get on there is going to be number cold damage to attacks. You have to do it in this order. If you don't do it in this order, you're not going to have the guarantee. So I'm going to take and put this on here first. This is blocking me having the chance of rolling like a natural one of those, which if it came out as a tier 1, it would be kind of close, like it would be a pretty good roll, but the chances of it coming out as one of those top tier rolls that are going to match up and be equivalent to what it is that I'm rolling is really really not a good chance. So I blocked that. Now I'm going to augment cold, which is now guaranteed to give me one of the stats that I want. I'm just seeing it. All right, here we go. Let's make some space. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to augment to cold on here, which is going to guarantee give me one of those two things that I want. Okay, so now I've got the tier 1 10% freeze chance with the cold modifier. So this is one of the ideal stats that I wanted. This is how we want it at this point to guarantee the next step. So if you didn't hit this, you could do the reroll. Um, that's going to make it not as easy. And why is that? You have to get the first one right. At this point, if I hadn't hit that, I could just take and remove the crafted on cold modifier and, you know, try with the slam. But let's go ahead and bring this back up so we can look at what it is that we're actually working with. So now at this point, I've gotten this one out of the way, which this is the one that has just a cold tag. If I hadn't gotten the tier 1, I would have actually rerolled till I hit this at a tier 1, because the next stage is going to be the one that is going to be isolated. Once I have that one on there, it's basically finished. I'm down to one stat that I need to reroll, and I can guarantee reroll. Why is that? Because this one's caster, which the caster is a really common augment, add, remove, and this takes away all of these other things that we're looking at. The only other caster that we have on here is this one right here, which is the lightning damage. So this lightning damage, we're basically have a 1 out of 4 chance of hitting the tier 1. So ideally, you know, I'm going to hit it the first try. It's going to be tier 1. Great. It's probably only going to take me 4 caster rerolls to get this tier 1. And then my tops, you know, both tier 1, I'm going to be able to use the percent elemental modifier on this and get just a massive amount of damage out of this. So that is what we're going to go ahead and do. So I need to go grab a bunch of these. I probably have someone on the ground, but I'm just going to take them out of storage just to make this video a little bit quicker. So first thing I'm going to need to do, I'm going to need to remove the crafted modifiers. We have to do this here. Don't just scour orb your don't just scour orb your your item, because then you're just starting over. You gotta do it on the bench. All right, so craft storage, caster, add, remove. Okay, so I need one slam, and then I'm gonna need probably about 4 of these caster add removes. Okay, so there you go. I got my one augment, and then I need the add removes. Caster add remove. Caster add remove. Caster add remove. And as you can see, I have no other casters on here. That's the reason why this is going to work out. This is the only difference is if you're doing a character that has spells, you're going to want to do this before you go for the spell damage on the bottom. That is going to be one conflicting thing, is if you're going for a spell caster, this ring craft is going to be a little bit different. So pay attention to that, and kind of decide where you have the most that you want, that your build is going to gain by going, you know, whichever way it is that you choose to go. Obviously for cold attacks, you know, this is how you're going to want to do it. This is the best way to do it because it's going to guarantee these things. Okay, so we need the augment first. Okay, so we're going to augment the caster. Hope that we get it, obviously, but if we don't, we've got some add removes. So we're going to craft that on there. So we hit the lightning one first. It was a tier 2 anyway, so even if that was cold, we would have had to redo this. So we're going to go ahead and start doing add caster, remove caster until we have our desired stat. Oh yeah, there's also the life on hit. Okay, so it's not as good of odds as I originally said. I totally forgot about that. I was going a little bit too quick. So there's 2 other things that we can hit. I believe it's actually 2. We'll check it right after I finish this. There we go. Yeah. And now that is an absolutely nasty ring. All crafted all crafted stats, all tier 1 except for one stat. And then to finish this item, just to make it like super OP, well, I mean we're gonna have to take and I'm gonna have to take and divine this, which obviously I'm gonna try to hit a good divine on everything, and then I'm gonna take and do each individual one that's not perfect. But what we're going to do to finish this is, where are it? Metamorph. So we're going to use the turbulent catalysts, and we're going to add another 20% quality to these. And now we have just an absolutely insane Assassin's Mark ring. Super, super crazy. Uh, we've got what? 80, 90. So we've got 10, 41 to 90 cold damage. The level 12 Assassin's Mark, 46% crit chance, 78% life, and the 15 to all resistances. So this came out very nice for me. Okay, so the actual odds on that, because I did miss say that I was going a little bit too fast. There are these two. Oh, it's just one more. So it's a 1 out of 5. Oh, no, I was right that time. 1 out of 6, because there's 2 stats there. So it's still really good odds. You're going to be able to get it well, odds are you're going to be able to get it pretty quickly. And the caster add removes are so common. I have so many of them. You could see how many things were lighting up in there. I know I have a bunch more on the ground. Like, they are definitely way more common, and I've done a lot of caster crafting, so that just says how common they are, because I've had Archmage was my first build caster. Blade Vortex was my second build caster, and now I'm doing a Nether build and using caster mods. So I've been using a ton of these caster mods, and I have that many extras, which just shows how common they are. They are from the tier 1 seeds, and I haven't even boosted any of my seeds for those ones. The only seeds that I've boosted are actually my attack mod ones. So this is a really good way to go for this craft. This is a really, really cheap way to go for it, and you're going to wind up with a really, really nice item. Just make sure that you get something else on the bottom that's good. You could have actually, honestly, like I could have gone for nothing on the bottom and then gone for a craft. We do have some viable options as far as like crafting on that last stat for the bottom, because really for the shaper, if you're an attack-based character, there's not really any other attack mods that you want on that, so that's something to consider. That's probably where you're going to want your last craft. You could go with the attack speed, which I believe goes up to 6%. Uh, because we're already going to have this, already going to have crit chance, so we can't do the dual mod. But the attack speed would be something you could choose up to 5%. And you could just spam that to get that to 5%, which is not a bad craft if you don't start off with something on there that you already want. However, the build's new, and I still need to fill in my resistances somewhere. So I was actually happy with that roll because I was removing a ring that had some resistances on it, and I'm still trying to get my resistances maxed. Anyways, I hope that this is helpful, making yourself an absolutely OP ring super cheap. Thanks for watching. Peace.